Here's another question to y'all. Who's your favorite ex?
Malcolm. Like, what?
Y'all don't have a favorite ex?
I have no favorites.
You're now tuned in.
You're now tuned in.
You are now tuned in.
You're now tuned in.
You are now tuned in
to the Juxtaposition Podcast.
Welcome to episode 48 of the Juxtaposition Podcast, aka the Extraordinary Nobodies, aka the Starting Five, aka the Five Heartbeats, aka Four Hubbies and the Possible, Three Hubbies and the Possible today. And we are here to amplify the voice of the modern black man. If you find yourself in life not being a black man, it is okay. That is fine. You're welcome to stay. You just will not be amplified. My name is Arsenio Hall, and that was terrible. I expected more from you.
You kind of pulled it out at the wrong time, though, brother. I mean, I was waiting for it. Yeah, pause.
I mean, I was keeping y'all on y'all toes. We're just gonna keep it going. It's fine. It's fine. I will prefer him not to keep it in if we keep it in.
Thank you for the backup, good brother. I appreciate it.
Nah, that's bad terminology too. It's gonna keep it going.
I don't want to get canceled, but I had a good phrase from 40-Year-Old Virgin. You know how I know.
You're quoting a movie. You're just quoting a movie. That's all. Yes. As long as you're not quoting Raw from Eddie Murphy, I think you're straight. I think you're good. I think you're good.
Straight, yes.
You know what? We got to smooth this out because I don't know what Zoe is on right now. We just got to figure this out. We ain't been here in a minute. Matter of fact, hold on. Before I go back, let me ask my man how you been doing. How was your week, man? I know that you coming off the heels of a pretty rough, rocky week. So how was your week been?
Yeah,
right.
This week has been a lot better. Father's Day was yesterday. I got a dad hat. You can't really see it in the camera, but it says Papa Bear. So it's like
we like that.
Entendre, you know,
don't even ask me how.
I got, but yeah, man, it was a great week. Sunday was a great day. It's been good so far. Can't complain.
What you do?
Well, on Sunday, Amaya was a little bit sick, so Amaya got the Pfizer vaccine. Daughter, she got the second shot, so she was sick. She got it on Fridays, but she was sick on Sunday. She wasn't too bad on Saturday. She was sick on Sunday. So she was just like mainly chilling the whole day. But my wife and my daughter had got me a bunch of stuff for Father's Day. They got me these sneakers I've been looking at for a while that I just keep looking at and never buy. And they got them for me. These fine Italian leather sneakers.
Okay.
Black-owned company too.
You got a Diodorus?
Black-owned company.
I was about to ask you, black and Italian don't go together, but we're rocking with it.
Yeah. Well, they outsourced the manufacturing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What is it about those Italian cows? Because I don't know. People love Italian leather, man.
I don't know, but it's a well-made shoe. I really appreciate.
What's the name?
Good Man. Good Man is the name. It's sold at Nordstrom. Good Man brand, I think it's called.
Okay. Not to be confused with Goody Fellow from Target.
No, not to be confused.
Hello.
I probably could have got something that looked like it from Target.
Yeah, for real. It would have fell apart when they touched some touched some water. Before I kick it to the rest of y'all, I do want to, because sometimes people they'll be listening for a few 5 minutes. They'll be listening for 5 minutes and they'll tune out. So let me just let y'all know what this episode is going to be about. This podcast will be successful if we answer your motherfucking questions. We have solicited some questions from the Juxt Instagram page. We got a lot of responses. We want to make sure we honor those. We got some really good questions, some of which I don't even know if we can provide the answers to. But what we will do is get a chance to. I'm gonna shoot the question to the guys. If they answer, they answer. If they don't, they don't. But just wanted to let that be known. All right, James, how was your weekend?
It was good. I got a little preview on how it would be having a baby in the house. We babysat.
Okay.
My wife's niece, her brother just had a baby, like two or 3 months old now. So we had her for the weekend. So that was like definitely kind of eye-opening. I guess it's not necessarily the same from like a newborn, but
right.
It's still, waking up or at least my wife woke up the first day.
You right on brand, baby.
Like she woke up like at 5 a.m. and then woke me up. Was like, oh, I got to change her. So can you go make a bottle? I'm like, it's like
make a what?
I had to go to work. So I'm like, all right.
You heat that shit up like it's hot coffee. About to burn the baby.
But that was cool though. It was definitely different. But made it a little more exciting to welcome our little baby in October.
That's what's up.
That's funny, man. You know what? When Amaya was born, I was in the elevator with this dude who just had a baby as well, but it was like his third child. And he was like, yo, remember this advice. In the middle of the night, whoever moved first loses. Because when the baby wake up, you just got to stay still.
I told James that.
Best advice I've ever received. Baby start crying, just don't move.
It's like a flinch game. Like, yo, you flinch, you lost.
That's I can see that. But James, you've historically slept hard. Is that going to be your? Did you actually hear the crying?
Nah, I didn't hear anything. And the sleeping, no.
So you don't have to pretend.
She has to wake me up to go, like legit. Like you have to wake me up. Like I won't hear anything.
You got to put the what you call the joint, the monitor and like the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Right, you got to sleep with the Bluetooth in.
The AirPods to that joint.
So the moment we've been waiting for. Let me give you an air horn. How was your weekend, good brother?
The weekend, exactly, end of the week. So let's just say how you said Cleveland was on the heels of a bad week. My heels started a bad week. Okay, so I had a good thing going. Good, nice weekend. I went to my first all Caucasian wedding. I realized after sitting there, I've never been to one fully. Maybe been to like a mixed couple, but where it still had a little black flavor in it. But like this is my first all Caucasian wedding, and it was still cool. I still had a blast. One of the girls who works with my wife. Shout out to Katie. Yes, she definitely has a wife.
Shout out to Katie.
Katie and Luke.
Wow,
the newlyweds.
You think Katie was ever a manager for a basketball team?
Possibly, because she's younger. She's into her hip hop, so the music was on brand.
You think she knows sneakers?
Nah, I don't think.
Okay, so. just checking.
But the music was good, and it was interesting. Like I just seen the interactions, and you start comparing stuff that you naturally see at a wedding versus what is happening.
Right.
Like the ceremony was probably like 3 minutes, and in Black world, a ceremony is like,
oh my god,
a full sermon.
Everybody's auntie got to sing a solo.
Yeah, you gotta like they start doing altar call, like they forget that they at the wedding. Like nah, we
like this is at the church, but this is not church.
Yeah, so to me, I was waiting for all that, but thank God, I guess
the reception.
You know what I was gonna say? All you had to do was get married on the beach. Cleveland did, and it was still a long speech at the reception.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
James too.
Receptions.
Man, those speeches was way too long, bro. We messed up,
and we ain't know what dude was saying.
Our problem was we did speeches like at the end of the reception where everybody was drunk.
Yeah. You got to get them before the cake gets cut.
Like,
before while I start spinning.
After the first dances and stuff, boom, right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But like all-inclusive resort, people were already drinking. They kept flowing. And like by the time speeches came around, everybody was drunk. Them joints went on for like 35 minutes. Yo.
We had to listen. Hold
on. Let's be clear that at Cleveland's wedding, James was the reason that everybody got drunk. He got the Henny White. People take Henny White on the outside.
Oh yeah.
James had the Henny White on the inside. Like he came.
Drink White. Yeah. I feel like it tastes better.
I went to go do something, and I came back. My shorty was drunk. Yo Wise was drunk. James was drunk, and the bottle was gone. It was like 5 of them. But
Henny White tastes better when you're on vacation.
It does, though.
So they say.
That was my partial experience, and then Sunday happened. Good old Father's Day. I wake up, got my little gift. I went to play my normal routine flag football, and I was even having a great game. Scored a touchdown, had a couple great defensive plays. I remember when I was nice. And then I took a step into, and not in the name of love. As y'all can see here on the screen.
If you are watching on YouTube, he is lifting his foot and it is injured.
Yes, I tore a partial tear in my Achilles. Here's my new walking sticks. I got crutches.
He got crutches.
So I'm unsure how far I'll be down and out, but it was a very unpleasant ending to my Father's Day and Sunday.
You know what? There's nothing else that I can say except I just don't understand.
Hang him up, bro. Hang him up. You had a good run.
Phenomenal run. I'll tell a small story because I want to get to the topic, but on the heels of Alonzo came back from an injury my freshman year in college.
Yes.
And
my first knee surgery.
The first knee surgery. And before, me and Zoe had just got cool. There was this dude on campus talking shit, and he wanted to play Zoe while he was injured. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to step in and play him. He didn't play me because he ain't want no smoke. But about 3 months after Zoe came back, playing in the intramural game, and I don't know how he got. Did I pass you the ball?
Yeah, surprisingly, yes, you did.
Yeah, I did. So the first time in 2005, it was probably like October, I passed the ball and Zoe dunked on this dude so hard. And the game wasn't over. He took his shirt and ran around the gym and swung it around his head like a helicopter, as per PD Pablo. And ran around the gym like 2 or 3 times. Stopped all the games, and I wish we had instant replay. So I know you're gonna be back stronger, but man, can you tell them about the high school story so we can move on? I just need them to know that this isn't the trend, the prom. I need them to understand how prom went down.
So it was towards the end too. Most of the shit always happens towards the end when I'm like on the way out. So I'm chilling. I'm enjoying myself. I was getting my heel toe on. They started playing Joe Budden's Pump It Up. And then I just was going ham. I don't know what I was doing. And all of a sudden I felt a little like and I was like,
yeah, man.
Knocked the wind out.
Can't be doing the heel toe on no hard bottoms.
Yeah. I looked down.
I don't go together.
He was kind of out of place. Let's just say that.
Your knee was
shit was leaning.
And then I had to tell my date. I said, we gotta go. She's like, yeah, but we have to go. I had like the glory tear, like, you don't understand. We gotta the knot start forming in my throat. I'm like, we gotta go.
It was just having I said we have to go.
And then I went home. I didn't even get to, so in high school they used to go to Seaside. I actually had to sell my room to like one of my boys because I was supposed to go down there after.
We used to go to Wildwood.
Yeah, Wildwood. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Wildwood.
We went to Wildwood. And that was a trip for us too. That was like 2 hours drive.
It was a trip for us. It was 2 hours from Pennsgrove.
No, Wildwood.
And it's like inside Jersey because it's like, it's wild. Watch the tram card, please.
Yeah, so that was my high school story. So ever since then, it was like then from that injury was when I had the surgery. I put it off for 2 years, and that's when I met Var.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the heel toe connected to the dunk.
Yes.
What a life you live.
I just
what a life.
Yeah, I put the surgery off, and then finally I buckled down and got it.
So the question that I wanted to ask, Joe wouldn't let me ask, would have been good here because I remember seeing you with the crutches, and it was snowing and you wasn't driving. So we're not gonna go there, but it was funny.
Yeah, Cleveland was driving.
Yeah, he was. He was. He was. Anyway, I'm gonna get to, so my weekend was dope. My dad came out here, flew out here. We had a great time. It was a great representation. Like, me and my dad are so alike. Like, the one thing is my dad don't like options, bro. Like, my dad was like, I'm out here in luxury, right? Because I took him to go get breakfast at this place that we love, that me and Tiff love a lot. And he was like, just give me a regular breakfast. I'm like, Papa, look at the menu. Look at the menu. Right, like, and he was describing what he wanted, and he's like, I just want eggs and potatoes. Just give me some potatoes. I'm cool. I asked the waiter. I said, what is this configuration? Like, where is that on the menu? And he was like, it's right here. He was like, okay, I'll take that. I'm like, cool. He was killing that food, right? And then we went to get soul food yesterday, right? So again, I'm sending him the link to look at the food, right? Oh. And I'm telling him, he said, I look on your phone. He looked on my phone, and the first thing is like party wings, like the little wing dings, like, right? It's a whole wing chopped in half, essentially. And that's the first thing I mentioned to him. I said, he got party wings. He said, okay, I'll take that. Bro, we have a whole menu to look at. Like, he said, nah, I like chicken. Okay, sure. You know what? Let me just skip it. I'm just gonna keep going. The next thing was a chicken and fish combo. Oh, I'll take that. I like chicken. I like fish. Papa, you know what? I ain't gonna fight you, my dude. I ain't gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight you. So he had the chicken and fish, and he loved it. He also couldn't help himself. The first thing he said when he got into the car when I picked him up, so, I can't wait to get my hands on this, because his side hustle was detailing. Nice. So we was 3 minutes into the highway. He's all talking about how you gonna clean my car. I'm like, bro, you on vacation? Like, relax. Just relax. And he just couldn't help himself. So he cleaned my car and he cleaned Tiff's car. Here's the best part. He did it with a white tee on. And didn't get a spot on his white.
No, he didn't get it dirty.
Wow. He didn't get a spot on his white tee. I posted on Instagram. Everybody that I know from Pennsylvania was like, "Oh, that's my man." Like, my dad runs the whole detailing. My dad is a Nino Brown of detailing in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. So that's what's up. Yeah, it was dope to have him here. It was. My dad is something else, man. Like, 60 years old, bro.
You don't look a day over 40.
Yo,
literally,
that's crazy.
Really, just out here, just out here, and
Yo, that picture you posted from when you was a baby,
it looks the same.
Same, son. Only
it looks the same.
You got 80s clothes on. That's it. Like,
that's it.
80 clothes on. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, son. My dad was out here, had a good time.
Shout out to Mr.
My guy. Shout out to my dad, man. But yeah, let's dig into the content of the day. Like I mentioned to y'all, we're going to talk about some questions. And my style is like, I want to dive into the more juicy questions first. And I'm going to go to my man who I figured we start with him, then we'll have a chance to like really rebound, because he's going to give you the safe answer. He's going to say things like, I've never been in that position before, or so I figure we just start with Cleveland. Cleveland, first question. Mm-hmm. How many breakups have been your fault?
So I have had four girlfriends. Four girlfriends in my life. Four girlfriends in my life. One of them is now my wife.
She don't count. That's three. They was girlfriend. She's a wife.
Yeah. So three. So out of the three, two of them have been my fault for sure.
Look at the accountability.
Sure. My high school girlfriend that I broke up with right before I went to college, that was definitely my fault. I was just like, listen, I'm going to college, so you're gonna have to.
And you went to college, and you was faithful to nobody.
Faithful to nobody in college. So broke up right before actually the summer before I left for college. The summer that I left for college. Yeah, that was a rocky road. That wasn't an easy breakup. And then I had another girlfriend after that was not my fault. And then I had another one that was definitely my fault. 100%.
When you say, you know what, I want to answer this question, then we're going to analyze what does it mean to be at fault. For me, I feel like all of these were my fault because I was the one who ended all of them. I was like, yeah, like my ex in high school, I also was like, nah, I'm going to college. Went to college, ain't do a goddamn thing the whole year. Mr. Cuddles. Mr. Cuddles freshman year. After that, my girlfriend in college, we went our separate ways, but I also felt like I could have did more to like reconcile. I was out in these streets. CC Kevin. And the last one, that was, I would probably more or less say that was definitely my doing. I wouldn't say my fault. It was my doing. And that was a lot of baggage in terms of lives shifting. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think you should go home.
That's wild. Yo.
I didn't say it like that.
Go home.
I didn't.
You got to get up out of here.
I didn't say it like that. But
Said the
but yeah, no. We grew apart, and I also feel like looking back, maybe there was more that I could have done, but I just didn't want to. So, so what does it mean to be at fault, though?
I was kind of taking a page from your book, though, where I was like, "Who have I broken up with? Like, when have I ended it?" And I kind of took it from there. But when you really think about it,
let's think about it.
You're with the person you're supposed to be with anyway. So was it really your fault if it didn't work out?
I don't even know they were girlfriends, honestly. They were experiences.
That's a whole nother.
Nah, they were girlfriends.
Yeah,
I ain't buying that experiences.
Jumbo. I had a bar next. I was going to say like maybe X is short for experiences.
Okay. Turn the smooth music on for that, because that was smooth.
Yeah, man. See, what you're missing, brothers, is that maybe they weren't girlfriends in the past. They were just past experiences. You understand? And then the EX stands for. I ain't had nothing else. I just wanted to keep going.
Experiences. You just had to finish it.
Nah, I fucked it up. I said it stands for. I should have said it was short for.
Yeah.
And I'm not a freestyle artist. I just like to talk
quickly. That was fine.
Went off my foot.
Well, my God.
It's Shaq and the Fool. Jaime, how about you? How many breakups have been your fault?
None. I'm a good guy.
I need a womp. How many girlfriends have you had?
He had to take it with the "I'm a good guy."
I mean, so I was never really a person to put labels or titles on anything.
Yo, I feel the lie.
He just strung you along. That's what.
James, I'm not a player. I just crush a lot.
But no, I mean, like officially, I've only had one girlfriend prior to my wife. Officially,
this is true because I made a mistake and mentioned something the other day, and I referenced somebody, and I thought it was his girlfriend. He corrected me, and I was like, "My fault."
She was an experience.
Yeah, no. So,
for the record,
and that relationship, that wasn't my fault.
Okay.
Everything else that were non-titles probably was me, but the actual where I have to, give my all and my devotion and my love and my heart
and your gas money and miles in your car. Nah,
that's okay. It's an experience.
That's what I'm talking about. God damn it! Give me a fucking air horn. Alonzo,
what's up?
How many breakups have been your fault?
I honestly, I have to believe that I'm at fault. So I don't believe that I was at fault with I would say maybe one of them, right? But
one of how many?
Like 4.
Okay, that's definitely a lie.
Girls. Nah, I only had like 4 girls. Nah, one of them, but I think some would say is my fault because of my reaction. So it's not necessarily my fault. I'm reacting to something. It's just I'm the one implementing the breakup and dismantling the whole situation because my reaction saying I need to dismantle this. So
you was the Khalees. I hate you so much right now. That's you.
Yeah. I got a lot of those. I feel like I'm not a fan favorite. I can't really just call it. Some people like, oh, I'm cool, my ex. Like, nah, they're like waiting to poison my drink.
I feel like
they were all your fault then.
Right.
No. Some people can't handle the truth and they don't like the way I react. That's the problem.
Some people can't handle the truth. It's a euphemism for I said something I wasn't supposed to say, but I'm going to hide behind the truth. The truth, guys.
The truth is the truth. I can't lie.
Well, on the other side of that, if you feel like you haven't really had great experiences with them, like it's got to be at least one that you're like, I can probably hit up. So here's another question to y'all: who's your favorite ex?
Malcolm. Like what?
Y'all don't have a favorite ex?
I have no favorites. I don't even know who they are.
We said EX is short for experiences.
My last ex is like my current wife, right? Isn't my wife
okay.
My wife is my favorite ex. Hello.
I like that. Okay.
That's a good one.
Make sure we keep
you
that
like
in.
Brad Stevens from you got fired and promoted.
Exactly.
At the same damn time.
Okay.
I agree with Cleveland.
Yeah, we just
Whatever he
make
say.
that a unanimous.
Whatever he say, I agree with that.
So y'all don't have a favorite ex? There was nobody who was influential in your journey to becoming a husband? There was nobody.
Malcolm. I got the glasses. I read the book, autobiography.
Malcolm X is your favorite ex?
That's it. Right on, brothers. Right on.
I just wanted to check it out because y'all talking about,
Now what's
I don't even remember those experiences.
Yeah. no.
Not worth remembering.
Yeah,
okay, all right. I just want to. This is just a question that people ask.
That's a valid question.
It is.
This is just a question that people ask. Who am I? I'm just a mere servant on behalf of the Justice League. I'm a mere oracle to to begin.
Maybe that. Do you think that could have been one of the exes just testing the waters?
Trolling.
It could have been waiting to hear their name.
Yeah.
Trolling.
Sorry, shorty.
Not today.
Struck out.
Not in my house.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question. Same vein in terms of relationships or lack thereof. What is the biggest lesson you've learned from being single? Wear condoms.
Myself, my own. Yeah, that too. And that there's a such thing as a bad batch.
There are bad batches.
So, no, I would say I learned how to occupy my own space. Like I have OCD because a lot of times people fill time with relationships because they don't want to be alone or they're bored. I personally was like, I needed my space and I was cool with being single because I liked freedom to move around. If that
what freedom mean?
Freedom, it means just like I'm not tied down to any one.
Freedom mean being a hoe?
I mean, your definition might be that. Mine is just being free. Like, I don't know. Could be.
For some folks, perhaps.
Yeah.
James, what about you? What's the biggest lesson you learned being single?
Biggest lesson learned is to learn to love yourself so you can really give your love to your significant other.
Oh, these boys cooking today. This boys
that needed
cooking.
the smooth music right there.
Seriously.
Sheesh. When we edited, put that over the smooth music.
Man.
Learn to
this is
love
James right here. That's James. Just
definitely.
I don't know how to. Clifford, you gonna follow that? Go ahead.
Oh man, the biggest thing I've learned. No, I ain't about to. I'm not about
Apollo,
to try to.
Get
I feel like we just need to leave that
church.
right there. What better thing to do than learn to love yourself?
I don't like how y'all tag teaming.
Listen, I know when to co-sign.
I think the biggest lesson. I think the biggest lesson I've learned with being single is be choosy. Like you can't jam me up. Like I don't care how long you think or where we have projected to go. If things are trending in the wrong direction for long enough, I got to be decisive, and I just can't stay in that same position for a long time just because we've been here for a long time. So on one side, it's like I got to continue to do what I got to do in order to make it so that I am doing my best to see this thing through. But at the same time, if it ain't working, I got to go. You know,
you know what? I'm gonna add this one since it kind of compact like all our stuff, like with the self-love thing. part of me being single, I will say this. I learned like, yo, I'm the catch. Like I'm going so hard to impress and catch something. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like I'm going hard and I'm really the only Negro bringing something to the table. Y'all ain't got
Nah, talk your shit. Go ahead, man.
I'm just saying, right? So when I self-love, I realized that I'm a great hot commodity. Yeah. I'm a hot commodity. I am. Right. Like Nas say, I am. Right.
You are.
And I'm bringing something to the table. As a matter of fact, in some cases, I brought the whole table.
Oh!
Repeat after me, Zoe. I am
somebody.
I am. Yo, that's a whole verse right there talking about how we are the catch. Now, there may be some women out there who have heard the podcast and may listen to the podcast and we think we're full of ourselves. But if you are one of those people, shut the fuck up. But
I was just gonna say that's fine
but outside of that, I do think that there's a validity to that. Like, yes, I am the catch. You know what time it is. Like, listen. We can list the things off. We talked about what we were grateful for last week and talked about, how much progress we made in a year. Y'all are homeowners. Y'all are business owners. Y'all are entrepreneurs. Y'all are making 6 figures. Everybody here 6 feet tall or better. You know what I mean? Right. Zoe got a Benz and some other shit. James got a Benz too. Cleveland got Apple stock. So everybody got shit that's like, we're gonna put that up.
I put the little arches in mine to make sure I'm 6 feet, but
shut up.
I'm done.
The Dr. Scholl's.
He wears platform sneakers.
Like, why you always got Air Maxes on?
With the thick bubble.
Yeah, I'm at least 6'1" with the Air Maxes.
Nah, that's a fact. He always got 95s on.
Shut up. You know what's funny? When you say that, like we're the catch and whatever, people may think that we're full of ourselves. This is when I really found out. When you ever be on a date or just talking, hollering at a girl, and it's like every ex is always crazy. Is that what it is? Like are they trying to intimidate you, scare you, like
say more? Crazy how?
They always got some crazy ass story, and I'm like, well, where did you find this?
Okay. So when you're talking, you mean Shorty's ex?
Yeah. So that's when I realized I'm the catch. Because if you was dealing with what you just said, then
I won.
Yeah, like what? And I'm like, and then furthermore, where did you find these Negroes at? Like,
this is gonna be controversial. Yeah. You ever hear about it? You ever see the guy that a Shorty used to talk to, and then you like, all right, then there's me, and then you like, you really gonna make me wait to fuck, or because
what?
I see what you did before. I seen your old work.
Yo, I don't want to go too detail, but I've called y'all actually and been like, yo, what the hell is going on? Why? Like, Shorty don't know how to read the scouting report. Like, what the fuck is it about?
Bro, I remember. I don't know if I remember when I told y'all this person asked me to take them on a date first. And I looked at them like they must be out their mind.
I remember.
Like, I know who you are. Like, what?
Yeah. I was there. Yes. I was there. I was there.
Nah, that's not happening.
Cleveland is losing his mind right now. He's like, I can't indulge in this shit.
Listening.
Listen, that's real talk.
But sometimes when you do experience a person's past, not to say we're judging them for it, but we're only judging them if their ex was ugly. That's it.
But then you ever throw you off? You ain't be like, damn, what I look like then, like.
Yeah, like, am I in that same caliber? Like,
either you got zero taste, or I guess I'm ugly too. Fuck it.
I default to I'm the upgrade. Like,
oh, okay, like they was the escort, and then the Max came.
Nah, I'm a Chrysler 300. I'm a fake Bentley.
Oh, okay, well, there you go. The Phantom.
I'm the fake. Yeah, the bullshit. All right. So, did everybody answer this question? What lessons y'all learned from being single?
Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, because Cleveland, you did the cosign. I remember. Try to wiggle your way out of that one. Mm-hmm. Cleveland, I think you added this question from one of your a listener on your side. If you were to remarry, I'm exempt. This is not a question for me. If you were to remarry,
I didn't ask the question.
You're just the moderator. I mean, you're just the middleman. That's it. That's all. But you do have to answer the question. If you were to remarry, would you choose a black woman and why?
Well, you said if like you were to remarry,
if you would choose to remarry, right? Let's say you are with a black woman right now, and you're like, whew. Would you choose if you had the chance to do it again? Would you marry a black woman?
The answer is unequivocally yes.
This boy's good.
James doesn't count.
Why? Why don't James count?
You can also say, would I marry a white woman in the same sense? Like,
that is not the same thing.
It is like, because y'all both half and half. You got each. It's not about what half you talk about.
No. It's not about what half this and that is about. Not even just what you claiming, but what you're around, what you grew up around.
That's true.
Like your heritage, like your culture, your upbringing, all of that. None of it is white. Literally.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
On either side, though.
This is true. But you can still use it when the time is right.
I mean, listen.
No, they can't. They both getting stopped.
I don't doubt that I have some form of privilege being light skinned, right? But I am still a black man.
Talk about it. And I also am 12% white.
Yeah, it's on the
according to ancestry.
It's on my hat.
But yes, I would though, and because I realized that before when I thought I knew what I wanted, it just like culture wise and upbringing wise, it wasn't the same. So the way I relate to someone who's black, I think is much more compatible. I think we just mesh and gel better because we appreciate a lot of the same things. Like our mindset is the same. Not saying you can't get that with other people, but you just know when you're with that, someone of like mind, soul, it just works. And
you both watched Strictly Business for the first time in 2021. So I think that's very important.
That's why it worked well.
Man.
That's why it worked well together.
It's a beautiful experience to watch that for the first time.
Why it worked well together. No, we watched. I watched. What's the other Eddie Murphy joint?
Boomerang.
I watched Boomerang, and then I put her on to Boomerang,
and she loved it.
Of course. Of course.
That's how it's supposed to be.
But now I don't appreciate that she doesn't like Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
That's classic.
Listen, honestly, when James told me that,
who was talking when the movie was on? Like she must not have been in tune.
No,
right.
Like,
she didn't get the full experience.
Told me that me and Shorty was gonna have to square up. Like what?
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy.
I said, James, how?
All right, is James's wife not liking Harlem Nights worse or better than me not liking yams?
Oh nah.
I think
not liking yams is worse.
Shit.
Definitely. Niggas been eating yams for centuries. Yeah, I think yams is worse.
And to clarify, if we watch the Netflix special, they're not yams, they're sweet potatoes.
I was winning.
Yams
Nonetheless,
I like sweet potatoes. I get sweet potato fries all the time. They happen to be my favorite. You know how when people say like, actually, I'm not racist. My best friend is black.
That's what it's definitely.
Yeah, like. Actually, I love sweet potato fries. For your information. You know how I sounded? I sounded like how Les looked. So when the picture that you sent.
First of all, why is Zoe cracking? Nothing stops Zoe from cracking on people. Yo. I'm convinced. I'm like, how you laid up at the pool with a splint on because you just tore your Achilles and you joning on people like
he did look like Jumanji though, for the
record. He did, just like it. I was crying when I saw that pic.
These things just come to my. I don't know.
It's the safari hat, yo. If AJ, you gotta put the picture up on the YouTube.
Bro,
no.
It was a tent.
We gotta put the emoji on the face.
Over the face.
But
you definitely gotta put the emoji because I think he would be like he would be noticed.
Yeah. They be like, wait a minute, that guy, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
I don't know.
And
y'all ain't never have an outfit. Y'all thought the outfit was fly, and then you look at pictures and you're like,
No,
not so much.
I asked y'all told me hell
bro,
no.
100%. I did one of these pictures still on Facebook to this day, and I just be like, yo, what was I thinking?
No, not generationally. If you look back at 07,
no, not generationally. It was like for that time frame, that was not okay, yo. I thought I was stunting.
That was not okay.
It wasn't okay. I'm gonna try to find a picture and I'm gonna send it to you.
I'm telling you,
that outfit.
No, that's a good question.
It make you doubt yourself because you walk out the house, you feeling mad, confident, you feeling good about yourself. You look back at the pics like, dang, what was I thinking?
The ratios is off.
It could have been that for my man. Maybe he left and was like, yo, I got this bucket on, this green bucket.
No,
boom.
Nah, he had
like,
the only thing he had going for him was linen.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah,
it was hot.
But no, that linen was, the parts that you only can touch with an iron that don't get wrinkled unless it's been balled up in the corner.
Yeah.
He had those wrinkles, like the one that's right here, like on his back, like on the shoulder blade. Like you was driving, so that's supposed to stay straight. How does that wrinkle? How's your shoulder blade wrinkle?
Maybe it was fly in theory. In theory, it wasn't a horrible outfit. In
fit.
In practice, it was a little rough.
In practice, I think he needs more
I actually
practice.
had an experience. Well, I didn't go out the room, but remember Cleveland? Y'all remember when I had that Mecca shirt and it was like the back collar got baggy, and then
I hate a baggy collar. I wasn't there.
The drunk collar is the worst.
I only seen the reenactment. Cleveland did a reenactment.
Oh, he was so hurt. Like before he even asked the question, he was hurt because he really wanted to wear this outfit. Like he really wanted to wear this shirt. So we sitting here, it's me and my dean and Zoe. We sitting in the room, we trying to go somewhere. Zoe is had to be like 20-30 minutes. He's trying to fix this shirt. He like, yo, maybe if I go like this, maybe if I pull it back in the back, it'll stay. So we just sitting there waiting. He finally gave up. The collar looked more drunk than when he first started. He turns around mad disappointed, like, yo, how does it look? Like, yo, it looks horrible. It looked horrible from the beginning.
It looked like you sound. It looked like you sound.
Yo, the just as depressing. They watched me go through it and just like, is this nigga really serious? Like, he really gonna?
We was waiting. We was like, yo, you gonna get this outfit together or not?
And I never wore it though. I did not wear it out. I did not.
Send that picture to the chat.
Okay, so like I said, That's the reason why I can say I never had that experience, because I actually asked my friends and they were brutally honest and told me not to effing around and go nowhere with them looking like that. So I did not wear that shirt.
James, I'm not gonna lie. If there was any time that I thought that I wasn't, I had this day in my mind, and I'm gonna tell you why. Somebody gave me some shoes that I thought was fly, this was trash, and I had a brown polo that I wore with them fucking shoes, and I felt terrible. James, your outfit not bad, bro.
That's not.
It's not horrible, yo.
Not for the time.
Bro, I just like that. All that green,
the plaid shorts.
Like, nah.
Bro, that's that time.
But they not really shorts though. But they're not long enough to be.
They capris.
They're like somewhere in the middle. Nah, they somewhere in the middle.
Caports.
Nah, bro. I every time I look, I'm like, yo, this is not. I was like, this was not it. Like the shirt was fine, but it was just too much green going on in that picture.
And I had, that's so funny. I have the nerve to have the shirt that I hated in this fucking joint. That's funny.
Yo, I think for me will probably be the two-tone do-rag times. Like when I had
two-tone do-rags was a vibe, but like I get it. I feel like do-rags outside in general are a bad look.
Yeah. It is, unless you got like, I only do it unless I'm in the grocery store and I ain't got no cut. But then usually I throw a hat on or something like that.
Yeah, it's hat time. Yeah, that's funny. James, you wasn't that bad, bro. You was not that bad.
At the time.
Look at the next picture.
Oh, now you get to see Var's whole shirt in his joint.
Yep.
Whoa.
It was
a lot going on in that shirt.
It was.
Rockaware. Clearly it's Rockaware. I mean, look at that. You can't miss it.
It was.
Yo, that shirt I had on though, that's your
Sean John shirt. Shit, yo, this is we have to share this, because if you're listening to it, you're not going to be able to understand what we're talking about. We're going to have to post these pictures on the Jux podcast page, because it's not going to make sense unless. So on Friday, look on the Jux page, Juxtaposition.Pod. We're gonna have these pictures
tagged on Facebook.
Damn, I remember
But
that.
it ain't that bad though. For the time,
My shirt?
it's not that bad. It's not
much.
that bad.
Nah, it's not that bad. It's the fact I think I had Coach shoes on, son.
The shirt just looked like you ain't got no shirt on. Somebody just schemed your body.
Put paint on me.
That man said "mesquine your body."
I used to love me some Mesquine, boy, back in the day.
Yeah, if you don't know what Mesquine is, Mesquine was a local company to Philly that used to take white tees or any other tall tee and like do art on them, and they were actually pretty fire. So it was a local thing. A couple rappers had it, but you know, Mesquine was one of those you had to be there type vibes. All right, moving on to our next question. What is your biggest mistake?
I Sunday.
I know my biggest mistake. That wasn't really a mistake though. You were just playing football, right? Yeah, my biggest mistake, honestly, my biggest mistake in my life thus far has been not listening to my mom when I quit a job in the wrong way. I literally like just no call, no show. And I had hell to pay for that. Like literally hell to pay because I was accused of like taking something that I didn't take. It all stemmed from that decision to not leave that job appropriately. My mom told me, she said, don't leave that job the wrong way. And she never really said anything to me like that and that succinct, I'll say.
Right.
But man, she said that thing. I heard it and I was like, nah, I'm done with this job. Man. And it caused me all kinds of hell.
Like, Mom, you know what you're talking about. I'm out this bitch.
Yeah, I'm out.
So can you tell us your biggest mistake without mentioning your ex or $6,000?
That actually was not the biggest mistake. I'll probably say another thing like Cleveland, like not listening to my mom, and doing business with people I wasn't supposed to. I think that's because that's like an ongoing headache. Like, yeah. So man. I think that's probably the biggest mistake.
I think my biggest mistake is messing with girls on TCNJ's campus and not reading the signs.
To parking?
Yeah. Or I got told a couple times, and yeah, I wasn't even shooting 100% from the field at that time.
Damn.
No, I don't know. I don't know what my biggest regret. I mean, my biggest mistake is, I would say my biggest mistake is early in my career is being too trusting that people have my best interest at heart when they really didn't, and not noticing the signs early enough to quell the situation. But I think it's one of those situations that I think, which y'all mentioned, you learn from it, but at the time, I definitely shouldn't have been as open as T.O. on the sideline. Mm-hmm. James, how about you? Biggest mistake?
All right, so this is gonna get a little heavy, so I do apologize in advance. But I think my biggest mistake is not spending or assuming you have all the time in the world to see someone and you really don't. Mm-hmm. So that was like going with it. Yeah, that was. I mean, I'm gonna leave it there, but that's. I would say I don't know if it's biggest mistake, regret, but
I mean, I think it kind of falls into both, but I also think that's something that's relatable. I speak on that as somebody who has lost their mom. I would say that I tell people who may have them and their mom have disagreements often, they don't see eye to eye, to like just patch that shit up, just get over it, you know. And it's a lot more to it, but friends that I have that have disagreements with their dad or their mom or somebody that's close to them. I talked to my sister and one of her good friends are having issues, and it's like, yo, just talk about it. Like, put your ego aside, and who was a person that apologized last time, man, fuck all that. You need to appreciate the people while they're here. And I think you learn that lesson more if you've lost somebody close to you and you're like, you don't really have all the time that you think you have. Yeah, I feel that. Moving on, the next question that Juxtas League threw at us: what has been your greatest accomplishment? I'm going to say not having kids before 34.
Hello. That's
I can have that claim to fame too.
What is your biggest accomplishment?
I'll probably say, I mean, my house. Like,
oh yeah, man, come on, talk about it. Still got the tag on it. Still got the tag on it.
Yep. So the deed ink is still drying.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the house was the biggest purchase, biggest thing I've saved to do and set my goal and actually accomplish that goal that I'm going to get a house.
Right.
So I would say that.
I love it. Cleveland.
I won't go with the obviously. I'm probably gonna think I'm gonna say like getting married, my wife,
my wedding day.
But that's a given. That's a given.
I
have. My rhymes, my pen, my pad.
Who sung that song?
It was Pharoah Monch.
Yeah, but it got remade recently.
Yeah, it was on J. Cole with
it was on J. Cole joint.
Yeah,
that's right. Right. Honestly, my daughter raising my daughter has been my greatest accomplishment. I mean, she just graduated from 8th grade.
Yeah. Congratulations! Congratulations!
Yeah, and seeing her become a young, black, smart, beautiful woman, confident, that's like my the most rewarding experience I've had.
Two things on that note, because I saw your daughter and she looks more like a Beeline each and every day. The number one thing I was going to ask, have y'all seen the Kevin Hart and Will Smith Red Table Talk about fatherhood?
Not yet, nah.
Take a look at it. It's pretty good. Have y'all seen the movie Fatherhood with Kevin Hart?
No. That shit's sad as hell.
Yo, it is. It's very much sad. But it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Agree. Luckily, the sadness punches you in the gut the first 20 minutes. Then you kind of like smooth sailing. Okay. But I think for honestly, Zoe, because of the ages of your daughters, I will watch it with them. First of all, you ain't going nowhere. So
I'm stationary.
Right.
I will watch it with them. It's a 2-hour movie, so like get them some snacks or some shit.
Yeah, because they can't sit still.
Right. But yeah, it's a good movie. But I think for two of y'all to be fathers and one to be a father to be, I think it's a dope movie to see. Not a reality that I would want any of y'all to have to face, but it's a good movie about the aftermath and the bond that a black father has with his black daughter.
Now, what's up with the table talk thing too? Though, like that.
Well, it's it's connected. So
okay.
It's the end of it. They tie it in, but if you pay attention, you're like, all right, he has a movie called Fatherhood, Father Day's Weekend. Will Smith is a father.
Promo.
Right. Great. But they talk about, I'm not going to spoil it, but Kevin Hart talks about how his daughter checked him, and she's like 14 or 16, checked him about his reputation, and he had to have those hard conversations. And then Will Smith talked about how Willow had to make him realize some things about himself that he wasn't ready to face. And these when their daughters were like teenagers. So really, really good talk. Really good talk. The next question I would say is, when did you have a full understanding of who you are? Or do you?
Yesterday.
Man. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny that you say that, because honestly, I feel like I'm newly coming into realizing like who I am, understanding who I am, maybe like within the last couple of years. Like I really started to get it. What clicked? I think the time that I spent alone, like going back to like, what did you learn being single? And James hit the nail on the head, like learning to love yourself. So I spent a lot of years alone without a significant other. And then from that gave me the confidence to say like, all right, yeah, I'm a catch. And then from that, like started to do well in my career. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like I'm working with something here. So I think all of that combined really. So maybe not one specific thing, but just a collection of things.
It was probably the second girl that I laid with that made me feel like, oh, okay, I like what I'm working with.
laid with. What kind of terminology we using now? Laid with the second girl that you knew.
Wow. I told y'all I was Mr. Cuddles freshman year, so
laid with.
I didn't get laid. I just laid. Just laid. So, how about you? Shut up. When did you have a full understanding of who you were?
I'd probably say part one in 2012 when I had my first child. That's when I was like, I realized all the things that I was taught molded me combined with my personality.
Okay.
With some experiences that I had gone through at that time. That's when I really realized like I really am like a fighter. Like I know I've had my experiences and all that, and people around who knew me, but that was like BS pride, like as some young Negro acting a fool stuff. But like realistically, like in no real fight than when you had to fight for something that's yours. Like
nah, you proved you not that you had to, but back in those days, you proved a lot. Well, a lot was revealed about who you are, and even the lengths that you went to. I feel like somebody else at our age at that time might have been deemed helpless.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 25, right? Like it's crazy. So 25, 26, it was like I was still kind of too young for that, but it was like a switch hit. And then I would say probably when like within working the business that I have, and the experience of the people that I hire, and it's like, and everyone keeps saying like, yo, you're like God sent, you're an angel, just that. And I don't know if they're saying that just because they want something out of me, or like, but I'm helping them. I mean, I am helping them, but I don't know why everybody feels that way. Because I'm like, I don't feel that way, and I don't feel that. I don't see nothing coming in from it, but nothing like, damn, when that's gonna be my turn? You know what I'm saying?
That was that.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot.
Around that time, it's like when I realized, like, okay, I think that's paralleled with what people would say would be my purpose. I would parallel with who I discovered I was, combined with, okay, this might be my purpose. Like I'm meant to be here for this reason.
I feel that, and I also take it from here. I feel like I proved myself to myself probably in like 2008 through 2013. It was these moments where, like, I tell Tiff all the time, I get questions. This is not a joke. It's gonna sound like a joke, but it's not a joke. I get questions about like how are you so confident, right? And it was times where I had nobody to cheer me on, that I had to gas myself, so to speak, in order to like get from one point to the next point. There probably were moments where it's like you could have, counted any of us out. But for me specifically, I'm like, nah, my goal is to make it so when you look at my story, it's like, how the fuck did he get here? But it was those times where it's like fight or flight. It's like, what you gonna do? And it was moments that I had to really like dig deep and just keep going. So I would say between 08 2013, I proved to myself who I was, and at that point you couldn't tell me anything. So it's only been up from there. And shit, that was what, 8 years ago at this point. It seems way longer because of the life that I was living in 2013 versus the life I live now. It's just been a collection of moments that I've put together, but I proved myself to myself back then.
That's love.
Yeah,
got you. So before Var skips over me again, I'll jump in.
I just wanted to answer the question. That's all. People want to hear from you a little bit. Sometimes.
It's Bar's podcast.
Yo, Bert, I was just about to say that again. I'm about to say, I know it's your podcast and all, but I'm gonna just jump in because I felt like the conversation was like next question.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, but I think as everyone kind of mentioned,
before you say anything, just get to it.
I guess you kind of find out who you are, or what you're made of, or what you're able to accomplish or overcome it when you face adversity. I think one of my biggest moments in life when I faced adversity for the first time, one of the biggest times, is when I lost my mom. So being 21, being in college, with those had its own ups and downs in general. But going through that moment, I think that helped me realize like what I'm truly capable of, what I'm able to manage, how I'm able to manage it. I think part of growing up and part of maturing is having emotional intelligence and being able to deal with situations and control your emotions at the same time to help you learn and grow from that. So I think that is really where I came into myself to understand what I'm truly capable of. But I know I still have room to grow and still dive in to find out really more, because I still have like imposter syndrome from time to time. But I think I have some development to go. But that's kind of when I knew what I was capable of.
I can say that at that time, that's the first time that I have been as close to somebody that I cared for that much and have their parent pass. And we didn't know what the fuck to do but show up. I remember not knowing what to do, but when we were there, I remember, I don't know what street we was on. When we was with you, it was just like we wasn't talking a lot. We were just there, and it just felt like I've never felt love like that up until that moment. And it was like, dang, this is what brotherhood is. Like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing except for being there for our guy. Mm-hmm. And then coming off of that, bro, you just, it's like to have the resolve that you've had at that time and to persevere the way that you have from that, and then still face more challenges, still take it like a G. It's been like, man, I remember being like, yo, there's an award for how to carry yourself. You would have gotten it year over year, bro.
But it was funny is if you think about it too, that at the actual time frame of when that happened, we had not known James that long. Like
I know
2 years we knew him.
Yeah, it's like 2 years.
Like you said, that click that when you just know, like these are people's, this your family. It don't matter how long you know the person, feel like you know them forever, but it's like
the same dudes who were there that night are still around.
Facts.
Yep.
That's exactly how
same exact ones.
Yep. Where was we at? Money Monroe or Myrtle? Dirty Myrtle?
Dirty Myrtle.
What's it called?
No, it wasn't there. It was Madison.
Okay.
At the time, yeah.
Okay. Was that Move Weight Madison? Just
Madison. Just Madison.
I ain't know.
Move Weight Madison. Madison, Wisconsin.
Streets. Yeah. They got them street nicknames.
Dirty Myrtle is funny. But you know what? Like, that's honestly, like, I feel like a great note to leave on. But before we leave on, let's ask one more question. I think it's pretty interesting. I'm going to go to Zoe because I think this is more of a Zoe question. The question is, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? That's the question.
What?
Yo, that is a me question though. Like,
that's the question.
Only because I don't know what's wrong with me, and I want to know.
That's right.
You seen that description? That 1979 head bob.
That's all he could move.
Night at the Roxbury, baby.
Night at the Roxbury. I was trying to think of the movie.
Yep.
I don't know what's wrong with me, and I don't know what's wrong with everybody else, because I told y'all my 2020 phrase was
2021.
No, listen. 2020 was play stupid games, win stupid prizes. 2021 is make it make sense. And I feel like a lot of stuff don't make no sense right now. People don't make sense. They're not trying to. Audacity is on sale. Like they just, I don't understand it. So
Audacity is
all
on
the
sale.
audacities.
It's all. So to me, what's wrong with me is y'all. Like if anybody want to know what's wrong with me, is y'all. It ain't me. I'm the normal one. Everybody else is nuts.
Are you sure?
100%. As I leave,
are you sure you're the normal one?
Chair because I can't move. Yes.
Oh man,
freak accidents happen to me, but other people purposely do dumb shit. I specifically think and go out of my way to not do dumb shit. And people, like I told you, there's countless stories where people do nonsense and they can't, like, even in customer service, food service, something cold, you just heat it up. Like, why is that a thing that you would give me a bag of food with no napkins? Like, make it make sense. These things happen every day, and people say I'm weird. It just drives me nuts.
We can't really argue that because
20-piece nugget, one sauce, that don't bother you?
That would bother me.
All right.
Sure.
Then
they get an attitude when you ask for more.
Yes, and then don't let one of them little.
It's literally just an extra. It's right there.
I swear to God, I'll be like, "Is it a shortage?
Come out your check."
Seriously,
just come out your check. Is there a barbecue shortage in America?
All right, black person ask you about to do something, come out your check.
Stay asking that.
Cleveland, what the fuck is wrong with us?
We're honest. That's what's wrong. I think a lot of people don't know how to take honesty in the way it's given. So that's what's wrong with us. We're honest.
Okay.
And we deliver that honesty like Amazon Prime. Right on time. 2 days, nigga.
That's Intraday Prime Day. I don't work for Amazon, but if you got if you want to get some deals. James, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Nothing. We're a great group of guys. We are who we are. It makes us who we are. Nothing wrong with you being who you are.
I love it. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to say. Yeah, let me freestyle this. This gives me the confidence to freestyle. What is wrong with us? I think we are the exact opposite of what America has slated for black men to be. That's what's wrong with us. We are motivated. We are ready to take over. Some of us are fathers. Some of us are husbands. Some of us are possibles. You know what I mean? We're all gainfully employed. We all we all are family men. We want to make sure that we are there for our people.
Yes, sir.
And most of all, we are black. That's what the fuck is wrong with us. I don't know who answered that question, but you got more than you bargained for. And that's the end of the fucking topic.
Slam the door on the way out.
Right, man. Over to my man, your man, Alonzo.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Hey, yo, Zoe knows this. Zoe knows that. So light skin, but Zoe stay black.
Yes, I do. Stay black. Like Var said, that's the problem. So, Enzo knows. Big sports news ringing the bell. The Nets are lost. They are eliminated. The Celtics. Kevin Durant.
For KD.
They said wears an extra shoe size than he's supposed to, and his little pinky toe was on the line for the three that would have won the game. Instead, it tied it.
And I talk about how. So, backstory. So you called me, was watching the game, and I couldn't answer the phone because I was watching the game. And then when I was watching the game, sometimes my TV is like a few seconds behind. And I was like, the Bucks had the ball, and then they messed up. And then I was like, oh, it's like 6 seconds left. The Nets got the ball. Something's good going. That's what Zoe was calling me for, because something happened. And then KD hit that shot. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, no, this cannot be. Then his foot was on the line. I was like, whew. Then I was like, is Zoe calling me because Giannis hit a shot? Giannis shot the ball off the side of the backboard. I was like, I don't know. What was Zoe calling me for?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. They lost. And it was, I mean, you're supposed to pull that one out, KD. I'm sorry. Like, and that the last shot that he took was fatigue. You could tell he just was burnt out. Like, cause
that man played the entire game.
Yeah, like
game
53
7 and
minutes.
game 6.
Yeah,
The entire game. That's wild.
He was burnt out. So, but they lost. So I'm sorry. I'd rather see them.
Can I say one more thing?
What?
My dad was watching the game with me, and he was like, oh my God, his hair, have some pride.
Oh,
Have some pride.
Oh my God.
I don't understand it. I don't know how you can have that much millions and not do something like go to.
I mean, he said he brushes his hair, but
no, it's no brush, bro. You need a dermatologist. That shit needs a rake.
A dermatologist?
You need micro brushes. I don't know.
You need a sandpaper or something. I don't know. But anyway, then the Sixers lost, which is crazy. I did not see that one coming. Ben Simmons only gets 5 points. He's a waste of size and height.
Oh my
It was
God.
like what, 2 for like 18?
Dog,
It was bad.
All I know is
I don't even think he shot 8. Nah, he didn't shoot 18 times. I guarantee you that.
It was over when he was under the rim that they keep replaying it, and Trae Young was there and Gallinari's behind him. All he had to do was just go up and bang it. Side dunk that shit like Amari or some. You 6'10", bro. You worried about somebody over your shoulder?
It's psychological, man. Like, what I will say is that
Think he got the Markelle Fultz issue?
I hope he's not on social media right now. Because all jokes aside, if he has any instability with this onslaught of what he's incurred, people are liable to
millions.
But yeah, people are liable to hurt themselves because people are going in. It's just crazy.
Philly
it's way
can't
too
stand
much.
that man right now.
I know they can't.
Yeah, Philly,
and I wouldn't want to return. I wouldn't want to return as a player. Like, how are you going? Now you going to cheer for me later? Like, no.
Yeah, they absolutely. Philly got a very short memory span, boy.
They do, but
you win
don't.
Some games. You win some games, they're gonna start cheering for you.
All people care about.
That's it. When what they say, my man from ESPN Radio, Rick DiPietro, the ex-Islanders goalie, winning is the best deodorant.
Takes off the stink.
Yep.
Mask all those smells.
Yep. Nobody cares as long as you're winning. So next we have, this is gonna sound crazy, so pause ahead of time. There's a meat shortage. I gave the disclaimer.
Oh my god,
So,
that's who we are. We childish as hell. That's who we are.
maybe in New Jersey.
Yeah, actually, it was like Pennsylvania, but anyway. So Smithfield Foods was sued for 2020, pretty much a lie, saying that there was a shortage in one of their warehouses, so they raised the price and jacked the price of meat. Then, ironically, another issue happened where they said the FBI said that the Russian folks hacked the JBI, I guess, food company that's like they have 100 countries that are customers, but they're planted in 15 countries all across the world. And
are you only reporting on this because there's a meat shortage? You don't got to go into more detail. I don't think anybody else cares.
I have to because I'm gonna tell you why. So when I went to the local pizza spot up the corner and I went to go order some wings, they was like, the dude, because we've been ordering from there like almost every other day since we've been here. And he's like, I can't do it to you guys. He's like, yo, the chicken wings are like 10 for $15. Some like ridiculous. They like, it's not supposed to be that much, right?
Yeah, no, that's
so
crazy.
He's like, yeah, I don't know if y'all seen the news. The spot got hacked, and then like the local, one of their local, I guess, branches or plants, as you call it, is in Pennsylvania. So I'm sure that's where New Jersey gets their meat from, right? So there's Arizona,
Get
Texas.
your meat from Pennsylvania.
I thought they got the meat from New York.
Nah, it says Arizona, Texas, Nebraska, Colorado, Wisconsin, Utah, Michigan, and Pennsylvania all shut down because of the hacking from Russia. So the price of chicken that your dad likes, Var, probably was a little bit more on the menu. They didn't even notice it.
That's true.
The price went up.
He did ask, why does these country potatoes cost $3? I mean, he can get them for $1.50. He did say that, so maybe
the
he was
price
on
of stuff is going up. So black people.
So can we shift it to like, what does it have to do with the price of wings instead of the price of tea in China?
Actually, that's a good one.
I seen a commercial that said Wingstop is converting to Thigh Stop, and I thought it was like, what? Why?
What?
That doesn't.
It says a wing shortage. Now I get it.
I guess so. I'm telling you, that's a real thing. I know it sounds funny, but it's actually.
You think Arby's still has the meats?
That's where we end it. End it right there.
No.
End it.
Cap off.
Stop.
Can you never mind?
Yeah, just let it ride. So, lastly, oh my god,
what you gonna say at the end of the Hillshire Farm commercial now? You can't say go meat. Get it? Because they say go meat at the end of the commercial.
Yeah. Go meat. You can't. No
Never
meat.
say go meat at the end of the commercial.
No meat.
oh my god,
Right? Yeah,
Super
killing me
pause.
Track meat. Go ahead.
So, New York City mayor race is getting hot and heavy. It's real crazy over here. Andrew Yang, the same dude who's running for president, is joining forces with Catherine Garcia, and
The black woman.
I think she's mixed. I think she's black and Spanish. Garcia, it's not really.
I mean,
I
sometimes
just assumed she was like a dark Spanish person. And Eric Adams is having an issue with it because they're like joining forces for the mayoral like candidacy. So not really supposed to join forces with your opponent, but they like they start name calling people fake. It's getting real nowadays. I don't know. This is like the new age politics where they don't stay on brand. They just start insulting people.
Do you see? Do you know how the New York voting system is now? It's like some new stuff where you can vote for your first, second, third, fourth choice, and
it's like defensive player of the year, in the
so
NBA and shit.
Before you didn't like before you just this is who I want, or anywhere else you just I vote for this person and that's it. New York, you can. This is my first choice. This is my second choice. This is my third choice. My fourth choice. Or you don't have to, choose any other. You just say this is my first and second choice, or just my first choice. So I guess if you get enough second choice votes, that can help you win. Maybe that's why they joined in forces.
That's weird.
No. I know Marc Gasol won defensive player of the year in the NBA because he got a lot of second place votes one year
over LeBron, man.
Yep,
that's weird.
Man, wrap this shit up. This is something nobody else cares about.
I know, right? I was just listen. That's news around here. I mean, the biggest news is the Nets lost, but I
thought you was about to say the biggest.
The meat shortage. Yeah, how the biggest is the meat. Okay, let's get out of here.
All right, thank you.
So it's all on you. You just keep it going with the serenity prayer.
We're gonna ask God to grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two.
Yeah, right.
Is there a heart in the house?
We have one more episode left in the season. Next week, and if all goes well, we'll have some special guests in the building. Hopefully it's a house of love or a house of truth. And it won't be a meat shortage that episode. All right, people, we're out of here. Until next week, we're out. Peace.